Hello, 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 and welcome to another Rangaroo me, Rangaroo, and today we are doing a 3v3 on the 2v2 map, Jungle Lore, which we haven't seen in quite a bit. So, on the right hand side in blue, playing as blue for, we got Zero CGC, Waldo, and Tactical Fisto, otherwise known as Fisto. And on the left hand side, in red, playing as red for, we got Wolf in Arms, No Step on the Snake, and it's a very good idea the British tried out in 1776. Didn't exactly go too well. And Spooky Rookie. That's a good name. That's yeah, that's a good name. Team Fuel. Wow, I didn't know you could actually put the flags inside the markers. That's pretty cool. So we got Finland and a fist fight going on in Echo. As both sides gear up, and away we go. If I can, there we go. Got an F-16 block going right off the bat. An interceptor run, and it's going to be, maybe shoot down the Hara? Yeah, gets a kill easy peasy like. Very risky maneuver, flying that close to the enemy base. Good thing I didn't have any interceptors. So we did have one interceptor, it might have not gone too well. But there the block is flying around, having a good time. Shoots a second missile, tries to kill a TIE fighter, he has the L-19. Really overstayed his welcome here. And gets shot down by the Yugoslav plane. We've got a little bit of a helicopter shot into Mike. Technically not a tactical outplay because there are no lynxes and blowpipes. Or any infantry transport, I should say. So he's trying to secure Mike ASAP, at least have some foothold in trade. Oh wow, a Nighthawk being brought out as well. Going all the way around the flank, longbow getting some snipes, waiting for the AA to come up, aka the Sava. And oh, this might be a very good bombing run. Holy moly, flipping fantastic, yeah, good god. Kinda kept them all at bay with the longbow. Right in time for the Nighthawk to deliver a powerful blow, Jesus. That's definitely going to help out quite a bit. And into Echo, we're going to be having an infantry fight, as it's a fight over this bloody hill. And we've got lots of Marines versus Finland. In terms of infantry advantage, Finland definitely has the advantage because it's fighting against the US player here. The OVTP's moving up, trying to give fire support, but Moosies and what's that back here? 2 XAs, 2 KTs. Gonna pull this rope to help out. F-15 to Igoyo. Gonna be giving the Moose D a bit of a D. Knocking most of them out and stunning up T-72. Now if we take a look back into middle, onto the Gulf sector. You may want to unload your infantry and move them up, kinda just hanging around, doing nothing, yeah. We've got a Harrier flying around. Jeez. First time I've probably seen an American Harrier in months, more than months, maybe a year. Here it is, get intercepted and shot down by the L-19. And the Marines did manage to make their way into the other side of the town because the Finland player didn't exactly get that much infantry. And the pivot attitude to maximum fire support, it does eventually get blown up. We do have a recon squad and the T-55 recon tank flanking around. And Harrier just goes and tries his best to kill the T-55, but not to much avail. And the Marines are going to be in position to intercept the Erikoso Jakari. Now in the middle, there we go. The infantry finally being unloaded. We've got a Nighthawk bombing run, it seems. I think that was a Nighthawk, most likely. Yeah, it's just, he's king of the hill, which is an important part on Jungle Lore. Having this middle section of the hill under your control. And just as long as he stays there, he should be good as gold. And the Redfall player, Spooky Rookie, making his way up top, flanking around through the forest with all his proletariat, splitting them up, very good idea. Down below, Marines getting shredded away as they try to move outside the town. And Wolf at Arms going to be counter-attacking with Finnish infantry and a lot of fire support. And even an Mi-24W, huh? And there we go, the flock of Harriers back again. Really interesting choice where he decides to use those Harriers. Like, I'm guessing he's playing a Marine deck, that's my guess. We have seen a lot of this Marine type units, nothing really too heavy here. Usually if you want to just get a rocket plane, the Skyhawk's a pretty good choice. And Marines are getting shot on. And even some Nostovaki being brought up. Straight out 1939. Mixture 9 going in for the intercept on Harrier. Doesn't manage to kill a Neo. This is rather crying same as it was right up its arse. And the Roland fails to kill the MiG. Which is probably good for the MiG. We've got more Chinese infantry here. North Korean as well. We're racing to move on. And we've got Marines and Delta Force and all that stuff up top. Fighting the proletariat. The CSs are definitely going to be a very big part in this. Try and even out the score against the overwhelming power of proletariats. And the Lighthawk coming in, completely annihilate that force in one fell swoop. Milano 3, good position, getting some nice snipes. Jaeger's moving in, I'm getting hit up by the mortars and Sansies, not looking too good for the unit. Now some Abrams definitely going to help out fire support. I believe he must not be playing... He's Marine? No, he's not playing Marine deck, jeez. He just likes Harriers, I guess, huh? As Abrams gives fire support. Glycol's being brought up, trying to fight over the hill, get on the bottom hand side forest first for Blue 4. And up top it's still a fight over the northern forest. S'mores and proletariats, but they were fighting proletariats, it's bloody hard. And even Newell Step on Sneak helping out up top, Harrier going in for the strafing run, and gets crapped on by the Never. And just standard Never, not the M1T model. And really, it's just kind of a spam fight all around, a meat grinder, you could say. There's not much ground is being made, but a lot of lives are being lost. You know, I'm thinking we might see a breakthrough here from Spooky Rookie. That's my favourite name of the month, jeez, that is. Fantastic name, 10 out of 10, good name again. And he is going to be stopped. The M84 is being forced to fall back, and rocket artillery out from the last two. And Tactical Fist are still holding on to Echo rather well. An F-15's Eagle, probably killing enough in that forest. And we got another assault here from Wolf and Arms, still using Nostovaki. Not exactly the best assaulting unit or best unit in general. But hey, whatever floats your boat. More Marines being brought up, Harrier doing its thing. You know, it gets shot down. The Marines are in a good defensive position, but we've got a lot of fire support and tanks on the side. You know, doing their thing, shooting into the town. Here we go, H. Abrams going to be challenging the M1 Rogue. Should kill it, I think. There we go. So we've got KT's flanking around, kills the Chaparral. And the Marines are promptly cleared out of that town. You know, top Redfall does control Mike. And to really secure it, they need to get to the edge of this forest here. Plot some ATGM guys here, you can usually do a good job stopping enemy reinforcements, so you still have to be worried about this forest. So completely capping this forest as Redfall can be pretty hard. And with Delta Force and HC Abrams, and once again we'll step on Snake, helping out up top of a T90S. IP Abrams is just in a fantastic position, shooting anything that dares get too close. And there we go, it's going to get almost a side shot, yeah. It doesn't manage to get the kill. Avia drop within its bomb load. Not doing too much damage, I think he completely missed the target. Maybe he's trying to hit infantry. And the Spooky Rookie making its way to the edge, clearing out the rest of the Delta Force. Here we got some helicopters and more Marines being brought up. And that's just, let's just get a nice zoom in here, because that is some... I would not want to be in that forest. The LVTVs just get completely crapped on by the rocket artillery, and the Marines make their way through. One of them still... oh, they're both still alive. I'm guessing they're going to encounter some nasty resistance. There we go, T90 blowing it up. And Rordo barely holding on to that top hand side forest. Marines still holding their ground on the left hand side town. Doing their best. I'm going to be dodging that bomb too. Yeah, that bomb didn't really hit anywhere near the Marines to begin with, so nothing really to worry about. Is that Buratinos? I think that's just the Chinese napalm artillery. But anyway, that town is now officially on fire. Yagurae being brought up, trying to get some seed kills. I think it managed to get one and it gets shot down. F-18C on it, flying around, getting stacked by MiG-29. Doesn't get killed, Joe, but it's going to force it to get out of dodge. Artillery onto the King of the Hill part. And yeah, really, this has just been a bloody meat grinder. There's only 16 minutes left to go. The point hunt really at high for either side. Our Blue Force now gaining. That's a very nice plus run. Not much ground has been made. I mean, what's really helping them is they're holding on to Echo. A really good job here from Tactical Fister. And they need to try to keep Mike neutralized. That is the main thing for Blue 4. But it's really only one place to hide, and as you can see, it's a rather obvious location. There is brought it to the edge of the forest, which I'm guessing Redfall think it'd be more back here instead of up front, so that's a smart maneuver, and as you can see, Red's definitely focusing most of their forces up top. We got Spooky Rookie and Snake up here, up against Waldo, pretty much by himself. We do have Zero CGC supported on his flanks with some Leopard 2s. The V-Hor is moving in, gets Killjoe. I think it killed each other at the same time, which is rather amusing. And it's another meat grinder in the forest. I'm guessing there's going to be a Nighthawk being brought up. Here we go. He's got 2 HQ-70s, but there's a decent amount of AA as Nighthawk may not make it. As the UFO comes in. Such a cool looking plane, I do love Nighthawk. And it does get shot down. No? Yes, it does get shot down. A very good bombing run there. That's a B. The poor Nighthawk. Something something Yugoslav AA joke. Here was a bit of Chinese AA thrown in there too. And there's the Plamen. Completely stunning up all those forces. The Blue 4 is on a roll. They do have the Abrams. Not much infantry though. Got some Jaeger's been brought up still. Same for Red, they don't have too much either. This T-90S is going to be a pain in the butt, yo. And the Abrams, lower on HP, not as powerful as the T-90. LVTP is doing a good job stunning up the Proletariat. And T-90 going in, trying to kill that Abrams. Does get the kill, point blank range. Got Q5Ds, gonna be actually not that much damage on a Marine, huh? No shissies. Barely holding on. Damn, he has a lot of Marines, Tactical Fister. I'm guessing he has at least 3 card drive. He's just been back and forth over his town. He gets kicked out. He moves back in. He doesn't care. And oh no, that's a lot of bombs. But he's playing musical chairs with his town. Dodging those bombs left, right, and centre. MiG-29 gets the F-16 block. Very good kill. And it's hard to get a full-on kill with that MiG-29 because both those missiles have to hit. And he only has 2 missiles, so good luck. I guess that, you know, high status out of veteran status, the accuracy is much better. And with all air-to-air fights, the veterancy makes a big bloody difference. You got the artillery trying to round out that infantry CV. Too bad I don't have a tank CV to put in here, because that'd definitely be a little bit more survivable. The Blue 4, most importantly, are in the lead by 30, 40 odd points. 9 minutes left to go. Red 4 can still take it back. Oh, they need to kill the CV and Mike and make sure it doesn't get back in there. And it's a really good job holding on to his town. I will have to admit, whenever I play on this side over here and try to attack into his town, I always find it pretty bloody hard because you've got a lot of this forest that blocks your line of sight. So trying to get fire support vehicles, you know, at a safe distance from enemy RPGs, kinda hard to do. You could kinda put them here. I mean, you can put them on the outskirts as well, or over here. But as you can see, you are in range of enemy rocket launchers. You know, it also provides a bit of a helpful tool too, because that means enemy ATGMs can't snipe you before you get too close. It really turns into a knife fight, and that's what I think is what allowing these Marines to win this fight oh so well. Because the enemy infantry get in close range, they can use their rocket launchers and machine guns. They don't have to worry too much about enemy fire support. And also I'm guessing because you can just go along this hill here to rather safe infantry into the town. Even got an A2 Abrams now being brought up. The big guns from Tactical Fister. So Bretnard gets a V-Hor. FATC Hornet tries the same thing, but it does miss. And that's a lot of planes from Blue 4. 2 Mirages, the Agra, and all the other planes we saw before. And here comes the convoy of Hammets coming to resupply. Yeah, Blue 4 Brethren. And he keeps moving around his infantry. I'm guessing he's taking turns. You know, the fresh runs go up front as the rary runs get R&R'd. Really good job here. Most people don't preserve their infantry. I don't do it. They just let them fight till they die, but keeping them alive definitely helps out quite a bit. It is a bit supply intensive, but it does save you having to buy new ones, which is really the big thing in the end of the day. Because in Wargame, time is money. Quite literally. And we're going to speed this off. I think in Blue 4, definitely going to be taking the victory here. Cafe TC Hornet gets some shot down, Mirage has been brought up and immediately kicked off the point. Seems like Red 4's trying to push through the little alley here. With quite a few tanks, yo. It's doing a pretty decent job, and there we go, an exchange of rocket artillery. Immediately timed. With a Panther Grench on the edge of a powerful rocket launcher. Those tanks get close, they get Grend. And no real infantry supporting up front. It's going to be hard to make a full-on push. No AA, the Cobra's just going to come in and completely crap on them. As well as the Leopard 285. A Plamen strike, a smoke. Is he going to be doing an attack? You know, Black Hawk CV, or I mean an infantry CV inside a Black Hawk. Going to be dropping into Mike. Yeah, Echo completely under Fister's control. And Snow Step on Snick leaves. And that'll pretty much be a good game. A few final bombing runs. And Blue 4 takes the victory by, damn, yes, you lost in terms of kill advantage. Only a 500 odd point difference. But yeah, it was pretty much just a neat grinder of a match, which is what usually happens on Jungle Law. What really allowed Blue 4 to win is that Tactical Fister managed to keep control of Echo completely, which was the only point that was contested. Yeah, they managed to completely control, allowing them to get the very nice, slow but sure +1 point. And yeah, good match from both sides. A lot of good play, a lot of back and forth with a lot of death. A lot of people died. And yeah, I have nothing else to say. I'm going to shut up and leave it. Yeah, this has been another Rangaroo cast. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as usual, please just take it easy.